Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? So for today's video, I want to do kind of like a summary inspired makeup tutorial, something that's natural, healthy, sun-kissed, glowy, but also something that's not too many products, and something that's also going to fare well in the heat. If I do choose to wear makeup during the day, I really like to go for a look that's more natural, something that's not gonna cake up or fall apart if I do happen to break a sweat, because shit happens. So that's what I'm gonna be doing in today's video, just demonstrating a nice natural summery makeup look. Before we get into it, I just want to say thank you for all my new subscribers. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have already subscribed, who've been here before, if you're new here, if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to go ahead and click that subscribe button, and as well go ahead and click that bell button so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's get into the tutorial. Before anything, especially in the summer, in addition to the heat and the humidity, you're also fighting against your own body and your oils, because Lord knows my oil glands, and I'm sure y'all's as well, really kick it up during the summer and really go into overdrive. So it's really important for me, if I'm going to be wearing makeup during the daytime, especially if I'm going to be out and about, to have a really nice base for my makeup to apply to. But in addition, during the summer, if I'm going to be outside a lot especially, I really like to make sure that I'm protecting my skin from the sun. I'm wearing an SPF product, and so, you know, it's kind of hard, at least in the American market, to find products that provide SPF, prime for makeup, and aren't greasy. That's just my experience. So what I like to use during the summer, I tend to switch over to Japanese sunscreens because they have better UVA protection and they just have a much nicer finish. They just give your skin a nice satiny finish, leave it nice and matte. Unlike American sunscreens, they don't really leave a greasy finish, and they give it a nice techy surface for your makeup to apply to. So what I'm currently using is just this Biore UV Aqua Watery Essence, and a lot of these products do state in the product description that they are a good makeup primer as well. So this product specifically said that in its description, that it's great for priming makeup in addition to protecting against UV rays. So during the day, I make sure to go ahead and apply something like that, so I'm getting SPF protection as well as having a nice base for my makeup to set so it sticks and stays all day. However, it's kind of getting towards the end of the evening, so I'm kind of just demonstrating the look. I don't want to waste any of my sunscreen for, you know, during the daytime when I actually need it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this Touch and Soul No Poreblem primer. I got this as a sample and I've heard good things about this. I've always wanted to try it. And one thing that I really appreciate in a primer is something that's going to smooth my skin, something that's going to give me a nice poreless base to go with. I like having that sort of like Facetune in real life look. Oh, I just got this all over my bed. This, I've heard, does a really good job of blurring the pores, giving you a nice smooth base to work with. So that's what we're gonna use instead of our sunscreen primer. I'll go ahead and take just a little bit more and just apply it like directly to my T-zone as well, because that is where I tend to produce the most oil during the summer. So I just want to make sure that those areas are extra prepped and primed so that my makeup's not sliding off throughout the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually start with a concealer before foundation, because I find that if I go ahead and conceal my blemishes before I apply foundation, I can get away with using less foundation overall. So I'm gonna go ahead and just conceal all these little things I have going on underneath that I don't want to be showing. So I'm going to use two concealers. I'm going to use one for my under eyes and then one for my blemishes. So for my under eyes, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Medium Sand. I'm going to go ahead and use this because it doesn't crease, which I really love in this formula. So I'm going to use that to just kind of brighten up my discoloration that I have going on under there and kind of snatch that up. And then for my actual breakouts, I'm going to go ahead and take this Bareminerals BarePro 16-hour concealer, I believe it is. And this is in the shade Medium Warm, number 7. This is really good for covering up blemishes, not so much the under eyes. I find that kind of tends to crease in the under eyes. Kind of avoid using that for my under eye, which is why I went with the Shape Tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and really concentrate it on my discoloration and all these spots I want to conceal. And I know everything looks a little light. This was all shade matched when it was winter, so I am a little darker than when I got shade matched. So if everything looks a little off, don't worry. That's why I like to apply this under my foundation so that the color blends in. Got my under eyes blended out, and now I'm gonna blend out just around these blemishes that I've concealed. So as you can see, these products are both really high coverage. Everything that I've applied this to is pretty much covered up, but like I said, I only concentrated it in the areas that I needed it. So when I go ahead and apply foundation, I won't have to use as much because I'm not gonna be trying to cover anything up. I'm really just going to be using it to sort of even out my skin tone and as well bring in all the concealed areas in line with the rest of my skin. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the extra concealer that I have going on in here and just buff it out in some of these areas where I tend to get red, like here in the corners of my nose. Alright, so there's my base. I'm looking kind of crazy, but it's okay because like I said, we're going to go over it with a foundation and even everything else. So let me go ahead and get into the foundation. So for my foundation today, I'm going to go ahead and use this Marc Jacobs Shameless Use 24-Hour Foundation. For daytime, I like to use a long wearing foundation because I live in a very humid climate and it also gets very hot here, so I don't want my makeup to melt. Anything that I can do to help, whether it's priming my makeup, using a longer wearing formula, whatever I can do, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as well, I like that this formula has some SPF in it. It has broad spectrum SPF 25. I'm going to go ahead and just take that on this e.l.f. foundation brush and just go ahead and start applying it all over the face. I'm not going to do too much because like I said, I'm really just trying to even my skin tone and kind of bring all these areas that I've concealed back in line with the rest of my face. So I'm going to go ahead and just start off slow like that. Oh yeah, that's a nice, beautiful, rich, warm tone. I haven't used a beauty blender in a hot minute to blend my foundation in the video, but I'm going to go ahead and just do that here, really sheer out everything. And also, of course, don't forget to apply some to your neck. You don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. And okay, that's my base. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this Milk Makeup matte bronzer, and I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I'm just gonna kind of like apply it almost like it's a contour, but I'm really just gonna add a touch of color to my face with this. I'm not gonna go overboard with the bronzing, at least not right away. I'll build this up a little bit. You really just want to focus the products on the areas where the sun actually hits. So for me, that would be my forehead, well, for everyone, but that would be your forehead and the top of your cheekbones. And then I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush and just go ahead and just take my time and really buff that in and just warm up the skin. And I'm going to make sure that I'm blending this out into my hairline as well. So what I really love about cream products is you can just blend everything so seamlessly. Okay, but definitely going to have to add just a little bit more bronzer. She's not bronzed enough. Don't want to go overboard. Don't want to look like tanning mom, but don't want to look like I've been inside all summer either, you feel? And again, just blending that right up into my hairline and making it look seamless so there's not like that line, that white line between your hair and the makeup. Cause bitch, guilty charge. Definitely walked out the house like that a few times and luckily had my friends there to call me out on it because they real ones, you know. So that's the face, nice and bronzed. We just added some color, nothing too crazy. I'm also going to go ahead and just apply some blush. So I'm going to take this Stila Convertible color, and this is in the shade Camellia. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's what I'm calling it. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm going to go ahead and just stipple that into the container here. I always like to test on the back of my hand just to see how strong it is. Okay, so got some of that off. I'm just going to apply some right to the apple of the cheek, and then taking that same brush I was using earlier for my bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and just buff that in with that and kind of mix what's left over the bronzer with the blush and kind of just mix them together. And it just gives you like a nice bronzed lush look, like that sun-kissed look. This shade, Camellia, is actually a nice, beautiful, muted nude color. Oh my god, look at that. It's just so natural and skin-like. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just take whatever's left and just kind of stipple it across the nose as well. And again, take that same brush and just kind of buff that out a little bit. And you just look like you've been in the sun, you've caught some sun, and you're looking nice and fresh faced. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm gonna go ahead and take this Becca Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this Real Techniques powder brush and just kind of gather some of that powder in here. So I am gonna focus the majority of this right in the under eye area, and then I'm gonna also make sure that I focus some in the T-zone as well, because like I said, that's where I tend to get oily. I'm gonna go ahead and just dip back in here and gather some more, and then just kind of dust off the excess. And then from that, I'm just gonna go ahead and powder the whole face just to really set everything, make sure my makeup's not sliding throughout the day. I think the look is slowly coming together. I'm feeling it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. So I'm gonna take this Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil, and this is in the shade I don't know because I can't read Korean. I think it's like a brownish shade for sure. It's definitely not a harsh black shade. I don't know. It was like $4 in Chinatown. I was like, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and just take the spoolie side and brush out my brow, see what I'm working with. So for a daytime look, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. I'm not gonna go ahead and do like any hard definition or anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and really just focus on filling in the sparse areas here. So this tip, it kind of has like a triangular tip. It's kind of reminiscent of like a Benefit Goof Proof. So it has a kind of sharper side for you to do these more hair-like strokes, which I'm using here, or you can use the fatter side and just kind of use that to go ahead and define everything as well. But for a daytime look, I like to keep it nice and natural and just stick with the hair-like strokes. And this shade's actually really nice. It's like a nice neutral brown. It's not too warm. And look at that. It looks so natural, so beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just repeat the same process on this eye. Can you guys hear my dog snoring? Okay, wow, cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fully this all through, make it all even. And okay, there we go. 2 very nice and natural brows. Living for a natural brow moment. And of course, just gonna take my trusty Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel to go ahead and set them hoes and lock them in place all day. And I kind of like to let the ends wisp up a little bit. It gives you that sort of model brow, bushy brow look, which is really nice, especially in the summer. It makes your brows look more natural, and it kind of accentuates the individual hairs that I got going on there, which I'm trying to do, make it look even more natural. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just do a little bit of highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and take this Kora Organics Clear Quartz Crystal Luminizer. So I picked up the shade Clear Quartz because I don't really want one that's tinted. I kind of want it to be like natural looking. It's a really subtle highlight. It kind of just gives you like a dewy skin look. Like, look at that. It just looks like a natural dew. It doesn't really look like, you know, this really crazy, icy, beaming highlighter, which for a daytime look, actually I really kind of like to avoid. I don't really like to go too heavy on highlighter during the day. Something just nice and natural like this to really just kind of bring some life back to my face will do. I'm gonna take a little bit and apply that on the tip and as well down the bridge of my nose. So actually I really do like this highlighter. As you can see, it's just really nice, lightweight, and it looks like it's coming from within your skin. I just look nice and moisturized. It's giving me just that extra boost. And I'm also gonna pop some right under the brow bone just to make that stand out a little bit more. And as well, just take a tiny bit, pop it in the inner corners just to really brighten the eyes and make that all come to life. And then for lip, during the daytime or nighttime, honestly, if I'm feeling it, I'll go ahead and just rock this Coola Mineral Liplux lip tint, and this is in the shade Tan Line. The package described it as like a honey peach color. I don't really know what that means. It's a really nice nude shade for me. So here's what my lips look like now, just like as a reference. Couple swipes back and forth, just kind of really adds a little life to my lips, but it doesn't throw the color off. Okay, and that is like the full face. Now I just want to make sure it's a heat-proof summertime makeup tutorial. We want to make sure that our makeup's not melting off our face. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this MAC Prep Prime Fix Plus setting spray, and I'm gonna go ahead and just set my whole face with that. So that was just my short little video for you guys, just filming a nice, natural, summery, heat-proof makeup tutorial. You know, I had to come on here with the fresh cut and flex just a little bit, so I wanted to sit down and just film a video for you guys. This is what I decided to do, and I hope y'all liked it. If you did, be sure to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know what you liked about this video, what you disliked, all that. Let me know what type of videos you want to see in the future so I can get around to making them. And as well, like I said before, if you haven't already, just be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and that bell button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. You don't want to miss any of my content. And with that being said, I'll be back with a new video shortly. Bye.